أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعين به ونستهديه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فهو المهتد ومن يضلل فلن تجد له وليا مرشدا والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الخلق أجمعين سيد الأنبياء والمرسلين حبيب رب العالمين سيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وصحبه ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. اللهم اجمعنا معهم في عليين بعد يوم الحساب من غير حساب ولا عذاب يا رب العالمين آمين. Dear brothers and sisters, قال الله عز وجل يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله ولتنظر نفس ما قدمت لغد. Dear brothers and sisters, our life is a journey. It's not the destination. And the destination, it's either Jannah or Nar. Either paradise or, وَالْعِيَاذُ بِاللَّهِ, the hellfire. And when we talk about the hellfire, we have to remember this ayah that says, يا أيها الذين آمنوا قوا أنفسكم وأهليكم نارا قوا أنفسكم وأهليكم نارا. So we have to understand and we have to also make our own families and children understand that we live in a life that is so temporary, a life that has an expiry date, a life that is a test for al-akhirah. And we have to protect ourselves and our families. Our real test, our real success depends on how much effort, after tawfiqillah, how much effort and how much knowledge we know about putting that proper effort to save our own selves and our own families from nar. This is life. And the time is so limited, I wanted to share with you my own experience lately with our children, with the youth. And I had many sessions lately with kids between age 8 and 12 and kids between age 13 and 18. Alhamdulillah, in our beautiful masjid, we have a lot of sessions that we invite different speakers, and the goal is to empower the whole family, and especially the young ones, with the proper knowledge of Islam, and empower them with how they can pass the test. And I personally was shocked after living here almost 20 years, that even those kids who belong to families, Muslim families, mashallah, practicing Islam, because that's why they come to the masjid, because they are among the families who loves Islam, comes to the masjid, people of masjid. Yet, when I did check the foundation of these children, of all ages, when it comes to the real meaning of La ilaha illallah, Muhammadan Rasulullah, what is the aqidah? How strong is the aqidah in their life? How strong is their relationship with their Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, and how much do they know about him? How much they know about the prophets that are those are mentioned in the Quran and Sunnah? And wallahi, I was shocked. Wallahi, I was shocked. They know very, very, very little. Very little. So dear brothers and sisters, I've changed the topic which I was prepared for yesterday to this topic, which is قُوا أَنفُسَكُمْ وَأَهْلِيكُمْ نَارًا. Because I found that it is important for us to revisit our relationship with our children in terms of how much knowledge of Islam, life, aqidah we have passed to them. And even if your children are in Islamic schools, how many students in one class, and how much time as an Islamic teacher, Islamic studies teacher can give, and how sure you are what did your child have learned. You have to test that, and you as a parent is the number one responsible for this. Dear brothers and sisters, when our children grow up and go to university or a college, they are challenged with a lot of debates and a lot of ideologies here and there. And if their foundation is not solid, strong, rooted, empowered by Iman and the knowledge of the Quran and Sunnah, believe me, it's easy for them to be shaped. It's easy for them to start detach themselves from their aqidah and deen. And we've seen this. Dear brothers and sisters, I've asked some of them that the relationship between the body and the soul. And we all agreed that the body dies. And I asked them, so how does the body dies? Well, the body, the soul leaves the body and the body dies. So I told them, what about the soul? How does it die? And the answers were unpredictable. Some says the soul will turn to an angel. Some says the soul will also die, but the grave is in the heavens. Some say this and that. And I was shocked. So this puts on us that even if your daughter is hijabi, even if your son prays 5 times a day, even if they know how to read Quran, always make sure the foundation of Iman, Islam, Ihsan is there and being reviewed. And if you don't have that foundation, take a chance together, group yourself with your family and study and read a book, listen to videos. We have a lot of great ulama around us that are there for us to share their knowledge. Dear brothers and sisters, as I shared that, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu taqullah. Part of our taqwa is to understand our role in life. Putting halal food on the table is not enough. You are feeding their bodies. We have to feed their souls. Dear brothers and sisters, our generations to come, they are the extension of you. They are the real thing that you want to produce for life and leave behind you to get hasanat. And I will share with you things to do. 3 things only for today. So it will help you and understand how to empower your children at home, your wife, about the foundation that they should carry with them all their life. Number one, you have to test your knowledge and their knowledge. There is a book called ما لا يسع المؤمن أو المسلم جهله. What type of knowledge that you are not allowed as a Muslim to not know, to be ignorant about. Simple book available in Arabic, in English. You download it and check it. It talks about the basic foundation of Iman and Islam. So my first advice, make a type of a curriculum. You know, when you go to the hadith, I want to study hadith, start with the Al-Arba'in al-Nawawiyya, the 40 Nawawi hadith. Nawawi is the alim who compiled these hadith together. These hadith are the most important to know, the least hadith that you have to understand, memorize, and apply. And then you continue study the other hadith. So make for yourself and your family a manhaj of Islam, that in few months you will be, mashallah, with the tawfiq of Allah Azza wa Jal, grasping a lot of knowledge and applying it. And believe me, when I tried doing this in the sessions, it is highly appreciated by our children, because it empowers, it opens the doors of knowledge and Iman in their minds. That's number one. Have a manhaj, have a program. Number two, you have to make sure they understand how to defend their Islam and Iman. Most of us here, we don't have close friends from the non-Muslim community. Most of us here, we work with each other, and most of our colleagues are Muslims. Most of us here have minimum interaction with our non-Muslim neighbors. But we don't know how much interaction our children have with the non-Muslims. And we don't know that our kids, they will just adapt or learn by experience how to deal with that community. It is very dangerous to leave it up to them. We have to teach them, and if you don't know, ask others to help you, how our children in the school, in the university, in wherever they go, what is the way to deal with non-Muslims? What are the limitations? Where they can be so close, where they cannot be so close? And not just leave them to learn by themselves. And there's a lot to say in this file, but again, the khutbah has only a few minutes left. I'm just giving you general topic advices, and you have to research and ask and go on. So number one, you have to have a manhaj, have a program at home to strengthen the foundation of your aqidah, iman, and Islam and ihsan with your children. They don't know what la ilaha illallah means. The literal meaning everybody knows. There is only one God worth worshipping. Okay, what does that mean in practice? Nobody answered that question. I told them simply, you have only one perfect boss, who is Allah. Allah is your boss. Everything you do, check with the boss. He approves it, do it. He doesn't approve it, don't do it. That's a language, one of the types of language as a teacher you can do with your children. And there's much more. Second, your children are different generation, living in a different community than you. So they have to have a more powerful information, more advices on how to deal with the outside world. Without that, you're just leaving them to try and error, and that's dangerous. And you have to ask others, what great advice, my kids is going to university or school, what should or should not they do? How can I talk to them about it? Because sometimes we don't know. Number three, and that's always have to be there. Make strong dua that we need the help of Allah, because our efforts are just efforts. When you wake up in the morning and before you sleep, اللهم إني استودعتك أبنائي وبناتي فاحفظهم بحفظك وارعاهم برعايتك. Oh Allah, I put my kids as a trust with you. I trust you to give them guidance. I am a weak servant. I'm just a human being, a creature with very less power. Ask Allah all the time. Because whatever you do, it's not enough. But what you do, this could be little, with the help and guidance of Allah, your Lord, your Razzaq, that will make the little thing you do have a huge impact on your family and on your life. أقول قولي هذا فاستغفر الله لي ولكم يا فوز المستغفرين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله أما بعد. I really have to shock you a bit. Graduate of grade 12 in some Islamic schools, some of well-known Islamic schools. And I'm not blaming the school. I'm blaming myself as a parent, as a family, and the families. When I ask them what is Arkanul Islam, what is Arkanul Iman, the best answer you get, I know some of them, and they mix. And they said, we study it, but we forgot. And I asked them how much of the Quran you memorized. They memorized a lot before, but they forgot. So my last advice is everything you have in your life, even your body, your soul, your children, your wife, your house, your car, everything needs maintenance, regular maintenance, regular checkups. Don't take anything for granted. Even your own iman needs protection and always empowerment. So never sit down and relax. There is no time for relaxation anymore. Today could be my last day, tomorrow could be my last day. I have to do my best to face my book, read my book Yawm al-Qiyamah, knowing I did the right thing in the right time. So we've discussed what our duty is, and that's just a little bit of our duty. But as I told you, maintenance, maintenance, maintenance. For yourself and your family and your children. They are amana. And may Allah help us in carrying the amana. And with the trust in Allah Azza wa Jalla and the continuous real dua from your heart, with full submission, wallahi, Allah will help us. Because He promised to help those who continue to connect with Him, with dhikr, with dua, with submission and belief. And we live in a world that the challenges are increasing every single day, but yet Allah gives us the means to face the challenges, and some of us will look for the means and get them, grasp them. Some of us will just live whatever comes to them without actually understanding their role, understanding the word, and get so busy in the dunya matters, and then it's too late to fix anything after so long. May Allah bless all of us. May Allah protect us and our families. Allahumma ighfir lana warhamna. Allahumma ighfir lana warhamna. Allahumma arhamna fawqa al-ardi wa tahta al-ardi wa yawma al-'ardi 'alayk. اللهم لا تجعل لنا ذنبا إلا غفرته ولا هما إلا فرجته ولا حاجة من حوائج الدنيا لك فيها رضا ولنا فيها قضاء إلا يسرتها برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم اغفر لنا ما قدمنا وما أخرنا وما أنت أعلم به منا. اللهم حرر المسجد الأقصى. اللهم حرر المسجد الأقصى. اللهم حرر المسجد الأقصى. اللهم حرر المسلمين من كل طغيان. اللهم اغفر لنا تقصيرنا في حقهم. اللهم انصر فلسطين وأهلها وسوريا وأهلها والعراق وأهلها بلاد الشام وأهلها والسودان وأهلها. اللهم انصرهم نصرا من عندك. اللهم فرج عليهم الكرب وكل مسلمي العالم حيث كانوا وحيث رزقوا وحيث باتوا يا رب العالمين. اللهم أطعم جائعهم. اللهم أطعم جائعهم واكسو عريانهم. اللهم آمنهم من الخوف. اللهم آمنهم من الخوف، اللهم فرجا قريبا عاجلا غير آجل، اللهم فرجا قريبا عاجلا غير آجل، اللهم فرجا قريبا عاجلا غير آجل. اللهم اجعل الإسلام يعم الكرة الأرضية، اللهم لا تقبضنا إلا وأنت راض عنا، اللهم احفظنا في أنفسنا وفي عائلاتنا وفي بيوتنا، اللهم اجعلنا نأكل رزقا حلالا وننفقه في الحلال، اللهم استخدمنا لخدمة دينك وأهل دينك، اللهم استخدمنا ولا تستبدلنا، اللهم استخدمنا ولا تستبدلنا، اللهم استخدمنا ولا تستبدلنا. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. وأنت يا أخي أقم الصلاة.